Good morning, Year 1. Happy Wednesday, and I hope you're looking forward to another day of learning. So we're going to start with our phonics, and we're still doing the sound, but I'm going to get you to read them on your own this time without me reading them with you. Okay, so fantastic, well done, guys. And now you're going to listen and read and correct the sentence. So you need to write out the right sentence in your books. Okay. I asked people to clean the dirt off my shirt. I asked people to clean the dirt off my shirt. Okay, so pause your screen if you need a bit more time to write that down with the correct spellings. Okay, so you should have this, and all the words that were spelled incorrectly are in red, so you can check the right spellings and change any that you need to in your books. Okay, so now I'd like you to write your own sentence with the sound, but as a challenge, can you include some of our tricky words? Okay, so pause your screens for more time. Okay, well done, guys. And that takes us on to our reading. So we've got some more strange sea creatures again today. Okay, so this one's a little bit tricky, but have a go on your own first. So pause your screen and have a go at reading the text. Okay, so now we'll read it together. So, Maris orthocana. This strange creature lives deep within the cold Arctic Ocean and can be up to 2 meters long. The strange thing about this creature is that it isn't just one animal. It is lots of different animals joined together by a long stem. At the front of the creature is a bright orange float that is filled with air. Behind that are lots of stomachs, tentacles and tunnels which spray out water. Leafy sea dragon. This creature looks like a plant, but it is actually a kind of seahorse. It looks like it has lots of leaves stuck all over it, but they are a part of its body. They help it to live safely in the seaweed because nobody knows that it is there. Other creatures do not eat the leafy sea dragon, but lots of divers have taken them home as pets, which means there are not very many left in the wild. Okay, so our first question is, how long can the Maris orthocana grow? Now, because this is a non-chronological report, okay, remember we've got our headings that can help us. So because the question is about the Maris orthocana, we need to find that heading which is up here, so we know that our answer will be in this part of the text. Okay, so we do not need this. Okay, I want you to have a go at finding the answer and answering the question on your own, and then we'll go through it together afterwards. Okay, so pause your screen and have a go at answering how long can the Maris orthocana grow. Super, well done. So you should have got the Maris orthocana can grow. It says here it can be up to 2 meters long. Okay, so that should have been your answer. Okay, the second question is, which word in the text describes how the leafy sea dragon lives in the seaweed? Okay, so you need to find which part of the text it is. So because it's talking about the leafy sea dragon, we know that because of our heading, it's going to be in this part of the text. So we don't need this. We don't need to read that again. Okay, so you need to find the part where it describes how it lives in the seaweed. Okay, so again, pause your screen and have a go at answering that. So you just need to find one word. Okay, well done, guys. So you should have found that the word was safely, because it says here they help it to live safely. So that's describing how it lives. Okay, so you should have the word safely. Okay, so we'll go on to number 3. So number 3, why do you think that lots of divers took leafy sea dragons home with them? So we know it's in the leafy sea dragon part, but this one we're not really looking for an answer. This is about what you think. So if we have a look down here, it says lots of divers have taken them home as pets. Okay, but the question is asking, why do you think that lots of divers have done that? Okay, so have a go at answering that for me. So pause your screen and have a go at telling me why you think the divers take them home as pets. Okay, super work, and I can't wait to see some of those answers. And that takes us on to our writing. So today I want you to plan your non-chronological report. So remember, with our non-chronological reports, we have headings. Okay, so we have a main title, which will just be your animal. But then we're going to have headings about for each section of what we're going to talk about. So today I want you to decide and write down which headings you're going to include. So you can have a think. It could be what the animal eats or its food. You could write where it lives, what it looks like, where it comes from. Okay, so have a think about what kind of things you want to talk about. So you might want to have a look at your facts and your groups of facts and how you could make a heading for that. So I want you to plan which headings you're going to include. Also, if you want to put a picture in your non-chronological report, I want you to decide what picture you're going to include, and I want you to come up with a title, a heading for your picture. Okay, if you want to put a couple of your facts into it, that would be great. But remember, it's only a plan, so we don't need all of our writing in it yet. It just needs to be a plan of how you're going to write it, okay? So pause your screens and have a go at doing your plan for me. Super, guys, well done. And that leads us on to our maths. So the first one, this isn't anything that you need to write down, we're just going to go through it together. Because our learning question today is, can I find different ways to split a shape in half? Okay, so quickly let's have a chat about what equally means. So we've covered this a lot, especially when we did sort of comparisons and when we were doing our weighing. And we also did it when we were making equal groups last time. Okay, so equal is when things are the same. It is fair, isn't it? Okay, so when we split something in half, both sides have to be the same. They have to be fair, which means they are equal. So we're going to experiment how many ways can we split a square in half. So when I'm doing this, I'm not using a ruler because I'm doing it on the computer. But when you do this yourself, you need to use a ruler or a straight edge so that you make sure it is a proper line, okay? So my example is going to be a bit of a bad example, but I'm going to do my best, okay? So I'm going to split the square in half this way, okay? I've split my square in half. Are there any other ways we can split the square in half? Have a quick think. Okay, we could also split it this way, couldn't we? Because that side is the same as that side, so it is in half. Is that it then? Is there any other ways we can split the square in half? Okay, there are some more ways. So what we could do, I'm not sure if you would have come up with this one, but if you have, that's fantastic. We could split it diagonally like this, okay? Because this side here would be the same as this side. They would still be equal, so we know that it's in half. Are there any other ways left, or is that it? Fantastic. There is one more way, which is also diagonally, but it's coming from the other corner, so we could split it this way. Okay, because this side would be the same as this side. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 ways we can split a square in half. Okay. So just make sure when you're splitting something in half, or if you're testing whether you can, both sides need to be equal. They need to be the same. They need to look the same, okay? So you'll do it today is you're going to match the number and letter to show which pair of halves go together. So you'll start with number 1. So you'll put number 1 and then you'll write whether it's A, B, C or D that matches it, okay? So pause your screens and have a go at writing that, doing that for me then. Fantastic, guys. So you should have got that 1 is D, 2 is C, 3 is A, and 4 is B. Okay, but you should have written those down. So well done. And then we've got our secure it. So this is half of my sandwich. So this is half of my sandwich. What shape was the whole sandwich? Okay, so I want you to draw it, and then if you could write down what shape the whole sandwich is, that would be great. Okay, so pause your screens and have a go at that one for me. Fantastic, guys, well done. So we'll go through that together. Okay, so if this is half of the sandwich, because when we have two halves, we know that they are equal, they are the same, okay? So if this is half, then the other half must look the same. So let me draw the other half to make it look the same. So it should be another square, okay? They're roughly the same, aren't they, okay? So if that's half and that's half, then this must be the whole sandwich. And what shape is this called? This is a rectangle, okay? So you should have got that the shape is a rectangle. Okay, well done, guys. And then we've got our deepen it. So this boy says there are only 2 ways to cut this pizza in half. So do you agree? And can you find a way to prove it? So you need to tell me whether you agree, but what I'm really interested in is how you can prove it, guys. Okay, so pause your screens and see if you can answer that and find a way to prove that if there are only 2 or if there are more ways to cut the pizza. Okay, off you go. Okay, fantastic, well done. So you should have said that you don't agree. Okay, you should have said no. Okay, because there are more than 2 ways. Remember what we did earlier with our square? Because this is a square pizza, isn't it? And then hopefully you will have shown me a fantastic way of proving it, and I can't wait to see that. Okay, so that's the end of our learning video for today. So remember to keep sending me your work and activities so I can have a look, and I will see you all tomorrow.